Alright, this is number 47 on page 396, and we need to, the directions to analyze each equation, that is, find the center, foci, and vertices of each ellipse, graph the equation. So let's go ahead and first get this into the form that we're used to working with, and we need to get group the x's, group the y's, and then get the constant on the other side. So it's kind of nice the x's are already grouped together for us. So we have x squared plus 4x. I'm going to leave a space so that I can complete the square. Then plus 4y squared minus 8y. Leave a space so I can complete the square. And then subtract 4 to get this onto the other side, so it would be minus 4. Now we need to figure out what number will go here, and you do that by completing the square. Cut half of 4. Half of 4 is 2. And then square that 2 when you get 4. If I add 4 here, I have to add 4 over here as well. Those will essentially cancel each other out. And then over here, though, I can't complete the square yet because I need a coefficient of 1. So let's factor out that 4, and we would get y squared, and then negative 8 divided by 4 is negative 2y. Okay, now we can complete this square by cutting this in half, which is negative 1. Negative 1 squared is positive 1. So when I go to add over here, though, I don't add 1 because it's not really 1. It's really 4 times 1, which is 4. So I added 4 there. I need to add 4 here. And so now, on the right-hand side of the equation, this negative 4 and that positive 4 cancel out, but this one's still left, so it's 4 on that side of the equation. And then this will factor as x, and then the number that goes here is always half of b. So positive 4 divided by 2 is positive 2 squared. And then plus 4, and then let's factor this. Again, it's y because it's y squared, so you take one of the y's here, and then the number that goes here is always half of this. So half of negative 2 is negative 1 squared. That's that, but we need a 1 over here. So we divide by 4 on everything. Divide everything by 4. That cancels and turns into a 1. Nothing cancels here, so we have x plus 2 squared over 4. And the 4 will cancel there, so that's plus y minus 1 squared. Now this tells us that the ellipse has a horizontal shift 2 to the left and a vertical shift 1 up. Okay. Now it also says that we need to find the center, foci, and vertices and graph it. Let's start by graphing. That'll help us get all the other things. Okay, I know that this is going to be a horizontal ellipse because this number is with the x. The bigger number is with the x. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, negative 3, and then 1, 2, and then 1, 2, negative 2. This is x, and this is y. Alright, now let's first graph the major axis with the x value, but even before that we need to graph the center. So we shift the center 2 to the left, and then from this 0, 0 to the left, and then 1 up. So the center is here, not the origin. Now from there we're going to graph our major and minor axes. The major axis goes in the x direction, square root of 4, which is 2. So 2 over from there, 1, 2, and then also 2 the other direction, so 1, 2. And then now we do the minor axis, which is the denominator here is 1, so square root of 1 is just 1. You go 1 up and 1 down. That's enough information to get our graph for that. Now let's talk about our vertices. Vertices are at, it looks like the x value, one of them, well, let's go with this one first. The x value is 0, the y value is 1. Okay, over here, the x value is negative 4, the y value is 1. Okay, now this one, the x value is negative 3, the y value is 2. Here the x value is negative 3, and the y value is 0. Excuse me, x value is negative 2. I messed that up, negative 2 for that one as well. So it should be negative 2, 0 for the second vertex. And now let's talk about the foci. In order to find the foci, we need the value for c. So using the version of the Pythagorean theorem, b squared plus c squared equals a squared. We know that b is, b squared is 1. So 1 plus c squared equals a squared, which is 4. So c squared equals 3, and then c equals the square root of 3. Okay? So that means that from this value we go a distance of square root of 3, which is about 1.7-ish away. 1.7. Okay. So now, when it comes to labeling those points, though, it's a little bit different because our center is not on the origin. So we gotta do a little bit more math. The foci would be from the y value, of course, is 1. So we can go ahead and write that. The y value is 1, but the x value is going to be this x value plus the square root of 3. So what I would say is it would be 2 plus the square root of 3. Negative 2 plus the square root of 3, because it's negative. And then for this foci, it's going to be negative 2 minus the square root of 3, because I go the other way. So negative 2 minus the square root of 3, comma 1. So those are the 2 points for the foci.